Hi guys, welcome to this quick review about this VIPERTEK VTS-979 59 billion stun gun, rechargeable with safety, disable pin LED flashlight in black. It's available in different colors, at least in black and pink. I have seen it. It's available for around $17 on Amazon. Prices going up and down a little bit sometimes, but I would say you can get it between somewhere $15 and $20 usually. It has been sold a lot, most of the reviews, and there are a lot of reviews. I think more than 7,000 in the meantime. Most of them are really good. And in this video, I'm not going to show you how to use that on a person, also not on me, but I'm going to show you how this works. And I'm going to show you a couple of really important things, how to charge and how to use that. So we get this in this nice box, which is definitely not a bad thing to store when you don't use it. Here we have some description. You can see that there are a couple of different models, and here we have also the colors. There's not so much here on the box. Box is solid. We get also this instructions manual if you are interested into that. Maybe you want to make a better buy decision, or you have bought it used, or you just lost the instruction. Can always help to have this information on hand. We definitely don't get any support information. There's no website, I think, no nothing. I mean, there are a lot of such stun guns available online on eBay, on Amazon and other stores, so it's really hard to decide which one to buy. And I think this is definitely not the worst choice, maybe not the best choice. It's something in between, but they have some really big problems, almost all of these devices, and I'm going to show you what it is. So what we get, this box, we get this holder here, which isn't bad. For me, it's just a little bit too tight. It's easier to move this thing inside like this. The problem is, you can see it's really tight here. When I want to do this live, it's even a little bit more difficult, of course, behind this camera. But you can do that, it works. I think it's easier to put it this way. On the other hand, when you want to grab it really fast, it's maybe not the best idea to have it this way. I think it's better to have it this way. So you want to grab it, it's much faster, so you don't have to turn it around. So it's possible, you can see that here. I think it's still nicely protected. Pins here, you have it closed, you open that and then you grab it, and when you're lucky you have it on the right side. Here I had it on the wrong side. So of course, when you want to turn it on, you have to push this to the front. You get this light indicator, and then you push here this release button. I mean, in between you have the light. It has actually 3 settings. In the middle we have this really strong light. You can see that it's really strong. And here in the front we have the stun gun or the taser function. And when we push, then it's usually working. Sometimes it's not. So what the thing is, what's really important to tell, that you're not using this more than 1 second just into the air. I'm again doing this in front of the black thing here. You get an idea how this looks. Okay, I hope you have been able to see that. It's really strong thing. So I turned this thing on before I hurt myself, because it's really strong. Some people have been telling they have been trying this, some even accidentally, and it's really strong. So I'm not going to do this again. What we have, this pin here, this is really important, and it only works with this pin. So if you want to make it not working, you have to remove this pin here. It's not possible with bare hands. You really need a plier here to pull this out. And it's a hole, and you can see when we turn it on, I mean, the light, it's still working, absolutely no problem. But when we have it on red, the taser or stun gun is not working anymore without this pin. That's the idea, and the idea is actually to have it like this, with this hand strap here or wristband, and you just The idea is actually you have it here secured, so you take it out just with this strap, hold it like this, and when somebody tries to grab this away from you, you just pull it out, and the attacker won't then be able to use this against you. That's the idea here, and I think that's possible. The question is then only how much time will you lose during the time when you are grabbing this. So for my side, I'm not going to use that. I've seen some people using this, or they have it here with this pin here. So for me, when I'm carrying this around, I just have it like this. Yeah, to push it inside, that works. Spare hands, but to pull it out, it's not possible. So at the moment, everything is looking pretty good. There's nothing to say or nothing to complain about the function itself so far. Yeah, by the way, regarding the pins, it has actually 4 contacts. And the idea is here, as long as you don't push it against somebody, the electricity will flow here. You can see that between these 2 ends here of this metal, and it makes this really loud noise, and it's very bright. So this is the idea actually, to just chase somebody away, and also animals. I've heard that it works really good, like for aggressive dogs. If you are outside and there are some dogs around and they try to attack you, or they're coming close, you could even use that just into the air, but just don't do it for more than 1 second, and then just let it cool down. I don't know for how long, maybe 2 or 3 seconds, then you can use it again. I think the problem is just when it's overheating, then it would damage these things. You can definitely use this a couple of times. I think it will last for quite some time. If you have it on a full charge, you can maybe use this 10, 20, 30, 50 times. I have really no clue. Maybe I'll do another video about that, how many times we can use that. So there's quite some power here to actually chase animals or people away without hurting them. That's a really good thing, and I've really heard that dogs usually are reacting really good on that. They don't like the sound, and maybe also the light is too bright. I have really no clue. And if an attacker is really close, the thing is you will do this here. I mean, wherever you can reach the attacker. I'm just showing you this here. You can see then the 2 pins here will make contact, and then the current, the electricity will flow through the body. So depending on where you hit the attacker and for how long you hit, it will have a little bit of a different action. We can read about this thing here. So it starts with about 1 second, of course. Yeah, you can hurt somebody already with very short time. I think that's described here. You can read this thing here, how long it usually takes to like disable an attacker or so. So I think already with the first hit, there's quite some impact, and of course it also depends on where you hit the attacker. And yeah, this thing is really strong, there's no doubt about that. There are some things which are stronger, but there are a lot of devices which are weaker. So I think it's not a bad thing regarding the action, but the problem, there's a big problem, and that's the charging. Actually, we get this charging cable here, and that has to be plugged in here in the back. We can directly plug it into 110 volts, and there will be a red light. Can't remember which light it is, probably it's this light here. It will just turn on, and then it will stay red. And yeah, I mean, we have some information for how long we should charge it. It says 6 to 8 hours, and then only like every month or so charge again for 1 or 2 hours. The big problem is that it won't turn off with charging. So most of the devices which we know these days. We have 2021. We should expect that such a device will turn off charging automatically and prevent from overcharge, but it's not happening. I've even asked the seller how this really is, if it's just showing red and cannot be overcharged, but they confirmed that the light really will stay on as long as you have connected it, and it also will charge as long as you have it connected. There's no automatic stop. And I have seen or read about some complaints in the internet from people reporting that this thing caught fire, like overheated, caught fire. Some people have been reporting about explosion of the battery. So I think this can be a really big hazard and put you definitely into danger when you let it charge overnight, and maybe you forget it and it's charging for a couple of days, and then you sleep and during the night it starts catching fire and burns down your home. I don't have to tell you how dangerous this is. So for me, it is not very safe. The question is then only what's the alternate solution? Are there some other products around from other manufacturers which are better? The problem is when you're looking at these devices, the reviews are absolutely the same all across the board. And when you look at the pictures, you will see that they all come exactly with the same charging cable. They have the same plug. So we can assume that the core part of these devices, like the thing which probably produces the high voltage and the battery and the charger and these things inside, they are probably manufactured by one big single company in China, and they have for some reason decided not to implement some kind of charge control. This is really sad, and that means that virtually all the devices on the market have the same problem. They just continue to charge as long as you have plugged them in, and yeah, I have no solution for that, so I cannot give you any better recommendation than that actually. If you want to have a smaller device, yeah, there are other devices. Usually they are then also less capable. They have not this voltage. There are some larger devices, even some longer sticks. Some have even a little bit more voltage. So I think this is something really nice in the middle, which has everything, has nice grip, it has this nice shape. It has also an extra length, which I think is a good thing. So when you think about how this is, when there are some boxing fights, every inch counts extremely, and this gives you a couple of inches extra length, extra reach, and this can be really helpful, especially for women. And there's also the pink one available, and so for me it's definitely not the worst choice. And apart from the charging thing, I can give you full recommendation on that. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.